This week, things went from bad to worse for PTI chairman and former Prime Minister Imran Khan. Since his controversial arrest and the violence that followed, more than 24 leaders from Imran Khan's Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI) have quit the party, who all blame the continuing government crackdown for the exodus. In the biggest setback for Khan's party since the exodus began, Shireen Mazari left the PTI on Tuesday 23rd after the former Human Rights Minister was detained several times since she was first arrested on May 12 over the deadly protests that followed Khan's arrest. The constant release and arrest and the ordeal it put my daughter Iman under, and the impact it had on my health too. Due to these reasons, I have decided I will quit active politics, and I want to add that from today onwards I will not be a part of PTI or any other political party, she said. As more politicians jumped ship, PTI chief Imran Khan tweeted, "We had all heard about forced marriages in Pakistan, but for PTI a new phenomenon has emerged: forced divorces." The resignation and expected prosecutions indicate that the military and the government are intensifying their attempts to sideline Khan and his political party as the standoff between these entities continues to escalate. The US is going to slap visa embargoes on Bangladeshis, who it may deem to have undermined free and fair general elections under a new policy. The Bangladesh government was informed about the new visa policy on May 3rd. US Secretary of State Blinken said in a press statement on Wednesday. This includes current and former Bangladeshi officials, members of pro-government and opposition political parties, and members of law enforcement, the judiciary, and security services. The US has been working to enlist Bangladesh into its Indo-Pacific strategy, but recent comments by long-term leader Sheikh Hasina, where she slammed the US for lecturing her on elections and accusing the US of forming regime change against her, has created tensions. China has also been courting Bangladesh, which now places the South Asian nation at the center of the great power competition between the US and China. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko said on Thursday that the efforts to send Russian nuclear weapons to Belarus have begun as the two nations signed an agreement to formalize the deployment. The agreement was signed by Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu and his Belarusian counterpart in Minsk. The documents outline the procedure for storing Russian nuclear weapons in a special storage facility on Belarusian soil. Putin first announced the plan to deploy tactical nukes in Belarus in March. He said the move was a response to the UK arming Ukraine with depleted uranium shells for their British-made Challenger 2 tanks. Depleted uranium ammunition is toxic, and its use is linked to cancer and birth defects. The Russians have compared its deployment of nuclear weapons to NATO's nuclear sharing program, under which US nuclear weapons are stationed in the territory of Germany, Italy, Belgium, the Netherlands and Turkey. Whilst Russia has struggled on the battlefield of Ukraine, beyond the battle, Russia is trying to project an image of strength.